Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back. It's been like probably a couple of days now since I made a video. Yeah, man. You know me. I'm still working out, still trying to make some side money, and I'm trying to, trying to stay out the way, man, in this wicked world, because it's a lot of wickedness on this earth, and I'm trying to try to avoid, the negativity. Anyways, that being said, today I want to kind of talk about my parents. Um, me, like I said, since I was young, man, I come from a good family. You feel me? I'm not even going front. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I come from a good family, and I thank God for that. I thank God for that. Um, okay, my mom, right? So boom, my parents, my whole family, we are from Far Rockaway, Queens, New York, right? Boom. So boom. So my mother, she's from Hammond. That's like in the 70s, like by like Rockaway Park over there, by the A train over there. That's like the projects. The projects over there. I've been over there since I was younger. My mom took me there to go visit my cousins and shit. But my mom, she has no siblings. No, excuse me, I said no siblings. She has one brother, but no sisters, and she has her mother, but her mother passed on, which is my grandmother. Feel me? So boom. Um, my mom, she's a strong black woman, even though she gets annoying. I love her to death. But ever since I was a young boy, my parents they took care of me, man. I mean, I come from a middle class family, like I never came from struggling and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I don't think my parents, I don't think they never did drugs, not that I know of. I'm not really sure. I think my dad, like, I'll talk about him in a few. But my mom, me and my mom, you could basically say me and my mom is like friends, obviously, because I'm a Cancer, she's a Cancer, so us Cancers we think alike. You know what I'm saying? It's like we best friends. My mom, she knows that. You feel me? Me being her only son and her caring about me at all times, calling my phone and shit to see where I'm at. Because anything can happen to me, God forbid. But at the same time, I'm a strong individual. Like, you feel me? I don't back down from nobody. Now I ain't trying to be on no tough shit, but that's how I am now. Like, yeah, because I learned from when I was a teenager, when I was younger. But I remember when I was younger, my mom used to always take me to school. She would make me oatmeal, make me breakfast in the morning. Pick my hair out for school. You know what I'm saying? I used to always watch TV, watch Disney Channel before I go to school at like 7, 8 o'clock. And my mom, yeah, man, there's been a couple of incidents where, because when I was younger, I used to always play Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like playing GTA and shit like that. I used to play video games when I was younger, in my teens. I think all teens used to play video games and shit, but I don't play it no more now that I'm older now and shit. But when I was younger, I used to always be in my room playing video games and shit. And there's been a couple of incidents where I'll be sleeping and my parents, they be arguing so loud, because you know how like black people are, especially black parents, they always so loud, and you could hear the loudness as they like they talking and shit and talking and stuff, and you could tell something's about to happen because they talking really loud, and then your heart starts to thump, and then now you have to see what the situation is about. But my parents, I remember sleeping, I be in this deep sleep or whatever I'm doing. I was just, when I was young, and my parents used to always argue, and I would have to get up out of my sleep or whatever I'm doing or playing video games and try to like stop them from like arguing and shit. And I remember my dad, because my mom, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, I love my mom to death, but black women, they sometimes need to shut the fuck up sometimes and just listen. My mom, sometimes she don't like to listen. She always likes to, think everything is her way and yap, 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 yap. Just keep on talking and not shutting up. So, yeah, they used to, they used to always be, it was a couple of incidents of fighting and shit. My dad and my mom. I remember my dad put my mom through the door and broke the door and basically broke the wall inside the house. You know what I'm saying? When I was living with him and shit. And it was crazy. It was crazy, but at the same time, when I from a young teenager's like mindset of seeing that shit, it was just like a whole different story. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck is going on? But my dad, he's a good dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about him in a few. Um, and then there's been other incidents where my mom used to say some slick shit about me when I was younger, and one day I got mad and I got up in her face and I was about to hit my mother and swing on her, like literally punch the shit out of my mother. And I shouldn't be doing that. Thank God I didn't swing on her. You know what I mean? Um, got up in her face and she was like she's sorry. Then my youngest sister was trying to like break up the situation between me and my mother because I was about to swing on my mother. And obviously I'm the stronger person. I'm a man. I'm stronger than my mother, so I could easily like knock her out. You know what I'm saying? At that time. And there was another incident where when I was younger, when I was a teenager again, like I said, this all happened in my teens, guys. It's all happened in my teens. Don't mind the laundry. I'm doing laundry in the back. Excuse me. So one day, I remember my mom. She comes home from work, and there's there's been a couple of incidents where I went and talked to my mom for about maybe like weeks, months, and she would literally come in my room and give me a hug and start crying, saying she loves me to death and she's very sorry. But like I said, man, I'm a Cancer, so it's like I forgive, but I don't forget. Like when somebody says something or do me wrong in my life, it's like I still hold it. I hold grudges, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I hold grudges. I don't give a fuck. It could be for years, and even into the afterlife. You feel me? I hold grudges, man. I don't give a fuck. That's how I am, man. I still hold grudges to this day. But yeah, so one day I got mad. My mom pulled up from work, and she was in her car and shit. And basically, I went up to the car and I started punching the car, yelling at her and shit. And then she was just looking at me from from inside the car, and then she was like crying and shit. So basically, she drove off crying, like to another block, like basically around the corner from the house. You know what I'm saying? And she was just, she parked there and she started crying as I was yelling at her, calling her a bitch and calling her, all types of names and shit. And yeah, man, this all happened in my teens, man. I was a young badass in my teens, But at the same time, I love my mother, even though she gets on my nerves, and she knows I'm really, I get mad. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, my mom been taking me to all these appointments since I was younger for to get me help, cause I always needed help. Cause like I said, my learning disability in school. My mom took me to all the MRI people, for your brains, I think, or something like that. Therapist. She took me to all the doctors, bro. I really can't remember anymore. Like, but I really thank her for doing that because My mother used to, my mother loved me to death, man. I'm my mom's only son. So, yeah. Now, what else? I forgot what I was on. Yeah, man. But yeah, so I would get mad at my mom for no reason and shit, about to swing on her and shit. But like I said, my parents used to always argue. There was another time where my parents had a big ass fight in the living room. It was me, my parents, and my two sisters. We was all in the living room. Just basically me and my two sisters. We was just chilling and shit. And one day my dad, basically one day my dad and his twin brother was outside. They was like hanging out in the car, and my mother got mad. I guess she got mad at my dad for hanging out with his twin brother and shit, cause my mother and my dad's twin brother, I don't think they cool like that. You feel me? But anyways, one day, yo, chill out. One day, my dad comes in the house, and they was having a big ass argument, getting inside, getting into each other's face. Yo, chill out. Y'all niggas chill. Watch out. Yeah, they got in. Yo, chill out. Watch out. No. I'm gonna smack both of y'all niggas. Chill out. Y'all getting me tight. I'm trying to make a video. Yo, chill out. Relax. Both of y'all niggas, chill out. I'm not in the mood. Chill out. So, yeah, one day my dad comes in. Sorry about that, guys. My dog's getting me mad and shit. My dad comes in the house, and basically my parents started arguing, and I basically got up and tried to, diffuse the situation and shit, because my mom, when I'm basically there, my mom want to get all crazy and tough in front of my dad because I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm taller than both of my parents. I'm about 5'11" to 6 feet. My mother like 5'7", my dad 5'8". So yeah, man, it's been hell living with them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they good parents, and I love them. You know what I'm saying? I love them, but then I kind of hate them at the same time, because I like I said, I'm a Cancer, man, and like I said, man, a lot of shit happened in my life when I was younger, and as I got older, I don't forget about shit. But yeah, one thing about my mother, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every holiday, she's always cooking. I'm gonna clap for my mother for doing that. I love my mother to death, man. My mother is a great cooker. She could throw it down in the kitchen. She's she's my best friend, and there's been times where I have my days. I talk to her one day, then I be on my bipolar shit, and the next day I don't talk to her. I won't talk to her for like a week or something. You know what I'm saying? Not to be on some funny shit. That's how I am with my parents. I just don't. I'm like that with anybody. Not even my parents. Sometimes I just need to be alone as a man and try to think things out in my life and see what I could do to make, the situation better, a better outcome in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, we got to figure a lot of things out. It's like Fallout 3. Every man is for himself in this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you a man, you gotta figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go through life as a man, and you're gonna know what it is to be a man, and you gotta handle things as a man. You know what I'm saying? We not females. Females on a different type of timing, obviously, because they females, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, every holiday, man, my mom will always cook. Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever fucking holiday. I'm not gonna name all them crazy ass holidays, but all I know is my mother, she's always cooking. Like, whenever I'm hungry, she's gonna cook for me, cook for the family. And being that I don't talk to my sisters, because I got a grudge against my three sisters and shit. My mother's, it breaks my mother's heart, and every time I see her, she always look like she's about to cry, and I know that's putting a big ass hole in her heart, and I know that hurts her as a mother. You know what I'm saying? That I don't talk to my sisters, and my sisters think I hate them. That's what they told my mother. So, because my mother told me that, you know what I'm saying? My sister's low key scared of me and shit because I've done some crazy shit like pulling a knife out. Excuse me, I'm stuttering. Pulling a knife out or objects on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they got me mad and shit. When their boyfriends is coming over at that time and shit, and I'm really a defensive person. Like I will defend. You know what I'm saying? My sisters, but at the same time, is like, fuck them. It's up now with them, and I don't even want to deal with them ever again. You know what I'm saying? That being said, yeah, man, my mother, she's a male woman. She works for the UPS. I mean, I said UPS. Well, she does the mail. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she deliver mails and shit. So, and yeah, man, my mom, she's a strong individual, man. I'm not even going front. I remember when we was younger, we used to always do like family bike riding, Eisenhower Park, City Island, Rockaway Park. We've been all over, like taking family vacations and shit. Yeah, man, that was my younger days, But yeah, all right. So boom. Now my dad. I love my dad to death, right? I look just like my father. My father, he's cool. He's a great father. He spoiled me my whole entire life. He always been there for me as me being as me being his only son. You know what I'm saying? When I got hit by a car, my dad was there on Father's Day. Everybody told me that he literally sprinted to my rescue, and he went and got me, man. He took care of me. My dad will always give me money. Also, my dad's a great cook too. Let me clap for that. Yeah, both of my parents are great cook, man. I don't know if they took fucking culinary in high school or some shit. I don't know how they became great cooks, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is once they in the kitchen is they should be fire. Like they cook way better than the niggas in the that be outside cooking, like the deli, any store you could go to eat in NYC. I feel like they a better cook. I'll rate they cook a 9 out of 1. Yeah, 9 out of 1 out of 10. But yeah, my dad, I don't really talk to my father either because like I said, he's one of them type of fathers. Like I said, I love my father to death, but I don't really be having conversations with him. You know what I'm saying, about sex or anything like that. Because like I said, I mean, it's not that I'm embarrassed. It's just we just don't talk. You know what I'm saying? I guess because of me, I put myself out there. Because my dad's a Leo. And I'm a Cancer. So every time I try to have a conversation with my dad, it's like he's not. It's like he don't want to hear me out. He don't want to understand where I'm coming from, like from my point of view as a man. Yo, y'all niggas chill out. Yo, I'm gonna smack. Yo, chill. Y'all niggas chill, alright? I'm trying to make a video. Y'all niggas is bugging out. Y'all niggas chill, alright? Relax. Y'all niggas relax. I already gave y'all niggas dog food. Y'all niggas chill. Sorry about that, guys. My fault. My 2 dogs getting me tight. Yeah, so every time I try to have a conversation with my dad, it's like he don't want to hear me out as me being his only son. It's like he always be like, oh, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and he always want to get his point across, but not want to listen to my point. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that shit makes me mad. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I just don't have conversations with him and shit, because he gonna wind up getting me mad, and then I'm gonna have to take it there with him. And one thing about me, you know what they say: never bite the hands that feed you. I never went against my dad. I mean, maybe when I was younger, it's been a couple of incidents where I ran away from home and shit, because I didn't want to go to church on Saturdays and shit. And they would try to call the police on me. And they basically did that. It was a couple of times I ran away from home and shit at night and shit for like a couple of hours. And I come back home. Cops, they already there and shit. But anyways, yeah, there's been a couple of incidents where, me and my dad will be fighting. I'll be punching the shit out of the wall, putting holes in the wall and shit, just to release my anger out when I was younger. You feel me? And one thing about my dad, he doesn't want me to go to jail, and I probably talk about that in my next video, because a few of my cousins been locked up for some dumb shit, and that's why like when I'm out in society, I try to think before I do it, because I know, like I said, sometimes I'm scared for my own safety. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really, God forgive me for this, man, but like I said, I keep saying this, is like, see, when you're bipolar and you're going through depression and PTSD, anxiety, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this is why it's like I want help. I really do want help, because I know I have issues. I know I'm not perfect. I know I have mental issues. I know that already, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't want to really hurt nobody out in society, man, because I know all it takes is that one time, man. That one time you do it, next thing you know, your life just flip on you like a coin. It's like now you in jail. You might be doing life, fighting court cases, shit, lawyers. But yeah, yeah, me and my dad, we had our ups and downs. Sometimes we would talk in the car and shit, driving. I make him laugh and shit, because I'm a funny nigga. My dad's a funny guy too. So, I got it from him. But the only thing I have a little grudge against my dad, because his twin brother be talking bad about me and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't even like my uncle, which is his twin brother, but he has three brothers and shit. And then he be talking greasy, talking bad about my oldest I said my oldest, yeah, the oldest, my oldest uncle, JB, talking bad about him. And I don't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because my uncle, he has problems. He's on medication. Long story short, something happened to them. Something happened to my uncle when he was in his teenagers. I mean, when he was in his teens. I think somebody drugged him or something. He never been the same since then. Boom. And yeah, but yeah, I don't like my uncle. My dad's twin. You know what I'm saying? But my dad's twin, he know what it is with me. He knows I don't drink or smoke. I stay out of trouble. My whole family knows that. You know what I'm saying? Gangster. Everybody knows that about me. I don't drink or smoke. And I don't talk to my cousins. I don't talk to nobody, man. That's who I am. I'm an introvert. I'm a loner, man. If you got that drinking spirit with you, because my dad's side, they drink and smoke. And that's another reason why I don't fuck with my dad's side and shit. They all drinkers and smokers. Like, they always have functions and birthday parties, and I would never pull up. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in my family on my dad's side be like, yo, where Junior at? Because, like I said, they call me Junior because I'm my dad's first and only son. You know what I'm saying? My dad, he's a senior, and they call me Junior. You know what I'm saying? So they be like, yo, where Junior at? That nigga Junior never be pulling up to any family events. You know what I'm saying? And I got cousins in the South and shit, but my dad will always ask me, oh, pull up. Come down south to go meet your cousins. Come to their family events. And I would never go. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, they be drinking and smoking. It's like, I don't want to be around that. No disrespect. I like to be all natural and just have a natural a good temple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like I said, my dad's a great cook. He's a great father. He always gives me money. If I call him, I ask him if I need something. Most of the times, I don't even ask him for money like that. He'll just, cash at me some money to see if I'm good and shit. Because, like I said, I talk to my parents every now and then. I could go like a week. I probably talk to my parents like once a week or some shit. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. You feel me? They ask if I'm okay and shit. They ain't trying to see me on the news, God forbid. Yeah. But I just wish me and my dad had that bond of a strong bond of a father and son relationship, man. Like where we could talk about anything and shit. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that, and it's like I could do it, even though my dad he has diabetes and other health issues, and it's like, yeah, man. A couple of times where we went when I was younger, again, like I said, we went to family therapy. It was me, my two parents. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my parents used to always argue, and that's another reason why I don't like going to therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, my parents used to always embarrass me, um, arguing in front of the fucking therapist and shit. They won't shut the fuck up, and that will piss me off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a quiet individual. I'm very soft spoken. I try to stay out of trouble, but like I said, it's another side of me. You know what I'm saying? Another crazy, scary side of me that I don't want to really, God forbid, I don't want to kill nobody or unalive anybody or just something like that. So that's why I just try to stay prayerful, whatever you want to call it, and try to do right in life, man. Cause like I said, I went to the therapist like last week or something. They want me on medication, and it's like I don't know, man. I do not know. Like I said, I don't like taking medications and shit like that because of the side effects. But yeah, man. When I was younger, we used to always me, my sisters, me, my sisters, and my parents, we used to always go out on family vacations on a cruise. We've been all over the East, like Virginia, Myrtle Beach, the Poconos, Disneyland, all that shit. We've been to mad amusement parks, Dorney Park, Six Flags, all that shit. I've been there, done that when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, my sisters they know I don't smoke, I don't drink. Like I said, that's why I said I'm a different type of nigga, like gangster. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, my dad. I just wish me and him could be on some cool shit, But he just every time I have a conversation with him about females nowadays, he don't want to hear about it. He don't want to hear. He don't want to hear me out. And he keeps telling me, "Oh, you gotta man up, blah blah blah, do this." I'm like, I understand that I gotta man up and shit, but at the same time, these females be on some dumb shit. But that's all, I probably might talk about females in a couple of more, a couple of videos from now. But yeah, my dad been there my whole life. Thank God, man. Thank God for my dad because if it wasn't for my dad being in my life, man, I probably would have been in in jail or in a group home or something, or even worse. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important for your to have your father in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because that having your father in your life, I think it takes you a long way as you get older. You know what I'm saying? That's like your outcome in life. You know what I'm saying? Like your path of where you want to be, and having a father in your life is, he's the man of the house. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, I don't got no brothers. I got three fucking sisters. I got one stepsister. I mean, one half sister or whatever, and two biological sisters. You know what I'm saying? My mom had my had a my mom had my older sister with a different man. But also, speaking of that, my dad, he's a simp. I mean, no disrespect. He's one of them type of guys like, if you see a woman, let her go in front of you, hold the door for her. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, he's one of them type of. He's a simp. He's one of them type of simps. And I'm the opposite from that. Like I said, if I see a woman, I don't even hold the door for these bitches, man. There's no remorse, there's no forgiveness with these hoes, man. I've been rejected so many times. I really, my mindset is on I don't give a fuck mode. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my dad, he's a big simp, and one thing about my dad, every holiday, like Mother's Day, or I don't know if that's a holiday or whatever, but Mother's Day and shit like that, my dad will always go out. He would go fully out buying gifts. That's one thing about my dad. Every holiday, like Christmas, yo, boom. Every Christmas, I will always have gifts. That's one thing. That's one thing about my dad. He will always buy me gifts, cause my dad works for the MTA. You know what I'm saying? My dad, I come from a middle class family, and I thank God for that. But my dad, when I was younger, every Christmas I used to always be happy. My dad will always, whatever I wanted, he will always give it to me. Whether it's money or my dad would buy me drums. He brought me Xbox, whatever I wanted, he would buy it for me. And I love my dad, and I thank him for that. And I never had an issue when I was younger of getting anything I wanted, because it would be there. You know what I'm saying? My dad be busting his ass. You know what I'm saying? Both of my parents, they bust their ass as parents and try to make a living. You know, and yeah, man, I love my dad, but like I said, I hold grudges against him too. You know what I'm saying? So he knows that. He knows I got issues. I'm bipolar and shit like that. Yeah. So, but my dad, yeah, man. My dad, he's a great dad. I cannot take that away from him. But at the same time, one time I caught him smoking, like when I was younger and shit. I was peeking, like from under the car or something. I caught him smoking with his twin brother and shit. Cause my dad, he's a twin, and twin brothers, they have that strong connection for life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they always gonna have that bond. You know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, my dad used to always take me to my uncle's house, which is my twin brother's house. I mean, I said my twin brother's house, excuse me. His twin brother's house, to go play with my cousins, Dante, Eugene, little Larry, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Those my first cousins. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my dad would buy me juice and chips. Whenever, like I said, whatever I wanted, he would always buy it for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's why I always try to think before I do something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to stay prayerful, even though Jesus don't talk back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shit. Growing up in church when I was younger was a lot. Being the only boy and shit. But yeah. But I'm not gonna make this video too long, y'all. Like I said, man, I come from a good family household. I have good parents that love me to death. They care about me. And yeah, man, I never had an issue like being, like my parents trying to put me in a group home when I was when I was a teenager, when I was being a badass, not listening to my teachers and shit. But yeah, man, normally I make videos in the rain videos and shit, because I could like talk more soft spoken and calm and shit. You know what I'm saying? So whenever it rains in New York City, that's when I make a rain video. But when it's not raining, I'm always ampy, and I have so many thoughts in my head right now. It is like it's spinning like a fucking spinning in a circle and shit, and I really can't think. But this video is basically on my parents and where I come, where I come from as a man, and now that I'm grown up from my teens, and thank God, I'm still young, man. I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot to live for, and I just want y'all to pray for me, and y'all can watch my videos. If you don't, I understand. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for no subscribers. I'm just here to put out videos and shit. And I'm gonna have to see if I could buy me a camera, a good ass camera for like maybe like 2,000 or something. Just to keep making videos. I just want to keep making videos and shit. And that's about it. Cause I'm using my Android phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't have an iPhone and shit. But that's about it, y'all. So I'll see y'all in my next video. My next video I might talk about gel, make a gel video and shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, this is my video of my parents, man. I got some good ass parents, even though they get on my fucking nerves, but I love them. You only get one parent in this world, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try not to think. I'm gonna try not to take things for granted, and I need to stop doing that. That's my problem. And hopefully I can get the help I need. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe going back to the therapist. I'm not sure because I need something to calm me down when I'm out, like walking outside and shit. Because I be overthinking and I start going crazy and want to spaz out and shit. But anyways, this is my video with my parents. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one when it's the next time it rains in New York. I don't know when, but that's gonna be in my next video on some Joe video. And that's about it. Y'all have a good one. Y'all pray for me and y'all be safe. I'm out.